Hey, what is up guys, and welcome to another Epic 7 video. Alright, so it's nearing the end of the month. I gotta start cramming all the nightmare raids. And I'm gonna start off today with the easiest nightmare raid in my opinion, Secretary Vera. In this video, I'm gonna go over the teams and gear that I used, and then I'm gonna show you guys footage of the run that I did, which only took one attempt. Like I said, this is by far the easiest nightmare raid boss. Alright, this is the team and characters that I used, which consists of Lilius, Ken, Mascot Hazel, and Mercedes. And for the Guardian, I chose Xeon for the defense break. Alright, let's go over their gears and builds, starting off with Lilius. This is her skill upgrade, only the ultimate or skill 3 at +3. This is her gear. Her exclusive equipment is on the skill 2. And for the artifact, you can run any knight artifact. I have her signature, but you can run Aureus. Any knight artifact will work on her, honestly. Alright, on to Ken. Start off with his skills. I have him fully maxed out. I maxed him out like years ago, so your Ken doesn't need to be this maxed. Probably you want to max out the skill 2 and ultimate, but yeah, I put full investment all the way back then, so not much I can do about that now. This is his gear. His exclusive weapon, of course, is going to be for the skill 2. This is actually really important for the fight because you want the extra dual attack. Any dual attack, extra attacks, or counter attacks will be very crucial for this particular fight. Artifact, I'm using Draco Plate. You don't have to use Draco Plate. You can use Sigurd Scythe. A lot of, warrior artifacts could work on them. Junkyard Dog is also fine as well. It doesn't have to be a limited artifact like Draco Plate. You can even use El's Fist, which is a 4-star warrior artifact if you want. Next is Mascot Hazel. Skills are maxed out. I mean, she's a 3-star specialty change, so it doesn't cost you any Molagora. So no issue maxing her out there. These are her gears. Just threw some potato gear on her at the last minute. This is probably her best piece, although it's not even that great. Artifact, I have her on Magahara's Tomb. You can also run any of the 4-star, Soul Weaver artifacts are fine. Wondrous Potion Vial, and what's the other one? I don't think Water's Origins is that great, so it's probably going to either be Magahara's Tomb or Wondrous Potion Vial. Or you can also run, what's that 3-star artifact? Candlestick as well for faster turn cycling if you need to. And last but not least is Mercedes. Skills, I have her almost maxed out. What am I missing? The ultimate and the skill 1. You can max her out. I'd say it's worth it. She's really useful for Guild War defense, arena defense, just general PvE content in general as well. Some of the grass expeditions, she's also really good in that. So you definitely won't regret spending your Molagora on her, especially as a early to mid-game player. This is her gear. I just have some of my very low-end counter set gear slapped onto her. I'll probably have to change it eventually if I decide to use her more often. And for her artifact, I have her signature artifact that everyone can get just by playing through the story, completing Chapter 3. So everyone should have this artifact. It is her best in slot. Alright, so before we start the fight, we're going to do some camping so we raise our team's morale. Starting off with Ken's dream.
My dream? To become the strongest in the world, of course. I practice every day. I will make my dream come true.
And then next is Mercedes' Happy Memories.
I just realized
You'll get the most
it's about
morale
time
for your
the
team by
roses to
picking these
bloom.
options.
During my time in the castle, I would often have tea with Queen Diane in the rose garden.
Then we top our HP up before we start the fight. Alright, and then we go. So there is, what do you call it? Skill 2. Lilius's. I forgot her name for a second. There's her skill 3 to cleanse everyone and push the opponents back. We're gonna pop Mascot Hazel, S3, skill 3. You always want to put it on Mercedes for the greater attack buff. Ken, he does have a little bit of attack scaling, but the majority of his damage is scaled off his HP, so he doesn't need the greater attack buff. Here we rip the skill 3 from Ken, so he can get the vigor buff. Ideally, you want to be using this on Vera, but you probably shouldn't be attacking Vera when any of the ads or side mobs are up. That will pretty much end your run. There's a skill 2, one-shots all the eggs and everything. Nice counterattack there. Double counterattack, proccing. I think that's from her artifact, Magic for Friends or something. Right, here we go for the defense break. Got it. Dual attack.
I will release my power.
Make my day. Let's combine our
And with that, as you can see, Vera's taking quite a bit of damage. She's already basically half HP. And at half HP, I think she goes into her egg phase, which we were a little bit short of getting her into the egg phase. Maybe it was for the best that I didn't, because right now, Mascot Hazel is a little bit low on HP. So yeah, we're gonna go through this whole phase again of killing all the eggs and the extra ads that Vera spawns. Shouldn't be an issue. This skill 3 here should pretty much close to one-shot everything. Apparently not. It's okay, we have more than enough AoE damage with this team. Especially with the counterattacks coming in from Mercedes. Look at that. Easy.
I'll knock your teeth out.
Go for skill 3 on Ken, so we get the vigor buff again. This should proc the phase 2. I'll be very close to it at least. Very close to it.
I can't do this.
Skill 3 from Hazel.
Sorry, it's urgent.
Command me.
And skill 1, there we go. There's the egg phase for Vera. In this phase, you want to burst down Vera as fast as possible. Honestly, I made a mistake here. I should have used, what do you call it, my Guardian.
You'll help me, right?
So we could have gotten the defense break early.
Oh,
I don't know why I decided to wait until Ken's turn to do it. Because at this point, what do you call it, Ken already has a defense break anyways. And we could have gotten so much extra damage when I did it on Lilius's turn. Because of the extra dual attack as well. In the end, it didn't really make a difference, but I just felt like I should have just popped the Guardian right when the egg phase started. That way we can also regain more souls earlier too, because staying capped out on souls during this phase is probably not a good idea.
I will release my power.
There's a skill 2 from,
Obey
what do
me.
you call it, Mercedes. It's quite a bit of damage. Here's almost out of the egg phase, a little bit short. It's going to push Lilius up.
All right. Try me.
And with that, Vera is forced out of the egg phase into her third and final phase. In this phase, all you want to be doing is trying to get as many dual attacks, extra attacks, and counterattacks. As you will see shortly, when I proc it, it allows you to deal more damage to the boss.
Knock your teeth out.
And you don't want to be in this phase for too long. Alright, skill 3 from Ken again. Activate Vigor on himself.
Call. Mercedes, preparation complete.
You'll help me, right?
It takes a lot of
Here we go for the dual attack. So you can see here, increased damage suffered whenever there's a dual attack, extra attack, and counterattack. Once again, saw that thing come up again when Mercedes counterattacked. So that's why his team is pretty good, because Lilius has dual attack on her skill 1. Mercedes Has counterattack if you have her signature artifact, or if you can run her on counter set, that's even better. And then Ken, if you has his signature or exclusive weapon for the skill 2 that triggers a dual attack, the ally with the highest attack, you always want to be putting that on Ken. That's why he's such a good character or hero for this particular boss. Some people can use Sermi as well. She also has an exclusive weapon. I think it's on her skill 1, where there's a chance for her to trigger a dual attack. My Sermi is a little bit too squishy, and I currently don't have her Daydream Joker or whatever artifact fully maxed. So I felt like I would have had a more difficult time using her than Ken. I just feel like Ken, with his new exclusive weapon, as you can see here, triggers the dual attack and the defense break on top of that. It's just so good for this particular boss. So yeah, this is a pretty stable team, but there are definitely alternatives you can use other than Ken. But I feel like Mercedes, Mascot Hazel are the two staples. Lilius, I'm not sure who you could replace with Lilius. Maybe Fire Ross or Specialty Change Ross. He does have a dual attack, so that could work as well. You just need basically any Fire Knight that has a dual attack, extra attack, or counter attack. Team's getting a little bit low here, so I heal up. What do you call it, Mercedes? I think I misclicked there. I'm pretty sure I misclicked there. Either that or Ken was provoked. He might have been provoked. I think it was provoked. Yeah, you don't really want to be hitting the two shelled minions in the front. You just want to focus down Vera as fast as you can. Alright, now we pop Xeon again. A little bit late. Like I said, if I popped Xeon earlier, I would have gained more souls faster, and I would have been able to use him for this fight. And then this part wouldn't have taken as long. The defense break actually does make quite a bit of a difference, and Xeon himself does a boatload of damage to Secretary Vera. There you go, and then he's done. And that's the kill. Okay, so I went around to kill a few of the trash mobs to get more loot, and now we'll exit through the clear portal. Let's see what we get for the loot. Doesn't look that great. This piece is pretty garbage. No speed on hit is pretty bad. That's garbage, and that's garbage. Yikes, that is some terrible loot. Okay guys, well that's going to be it for this Epic 7 video. If you guys found the video entertaining or helpful, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next Epic 7 video. Peace.